Hey guys, you know he sends the rain on the just and the unjust? If you need something for reference, try Matthew 5:44 through 45. That's chapter 5, verses 44 through 45. Boy, oh boy, the Lord our God is the master persuader. When he feels like snapping you out of a funk or a pattern or a negative thought process or a daydream, he'll do so, sometimes in ways that I'm sure amuse him greatly. I stopped on the way to work one morning to wash my car. It's a white sedan, and my boy Elijah, who's 7 years old, decided it'd be fun to scoop up a bunch of snow, including dirt and rocks and sticks, etc., and pile it on the roof, the hood, and the trunk of my car. For the following 2 days, I did not drive that car, and the temperatures climbed to the mid-40s, and all of Eli's snow turned to mud. Because my windshield washer pump was acting up, I was a little annoyed with the funk. Um, it was difficult to see until I could get to a gas station or a car wash, other than wiping off the windshield, and it kind of put me in a bad mood. It was the only reason my mood turned. My 7-year-old had fun, he meant no harm, and he did no harm. I was just being an ass. The closer I got to work and to the car wash, the fouler my disposition became, wondering if I had enough coins and a dollar bill to even rinse at the car wash, because there's no convenient ATM or card reader near the one that was on the way to work. Um, you know, I was a major grumpy Gus when I pulled in. It was 33 degrees outside, and it was windy, and the overhead doors of the car wash were down. I got out, and I got change for my dollar, and I had 4 more quarters, so I was good to go that way. I lifted the overhead door from the outside handle. It would only go up halfway, so I really forced it on the black rubber door seal, which was covered with mud and crud and oil, now all over my hands. I almost let some foul language fly, but I didn't, since I'm working on my language. And once the door was finally up, I pulled the car in, turned it off, and I closed the door. I plunked in my 2 bucks and quarters in the cold metal box and clicked the knob over to high pressure rinse, but still fuming over nothing. I walked around the car twice, rinsing the Eli snow and road grime and dirt from the gravel road, the mostly mud, really not a gravel road. The school district had decided it should be a bus drop-off point. They moved it out in the middle of the country in a muddy dirt road. Well, I got the car clean. Mission was accomplished. So I look over and see I still got about a minute and 15 seconds left on the little timer thing that counts down. So I clicked the knob over to wax. Why not? I had 40 minutes till I had to be to work. And maybe it'd help snow and ice slide off the car in the coming days, if we got any more. Well, maybe the mud too, I hoped. The thought made me scowl. Think about the dirt road again. And I got godsmacked. The warm, pleasantly scented car wax that was formerly blasting from the nozzle in my hand was now spraying over the entire wash bay from a split hose at the very top of the swivel assembly. The annoying smudge that I had right here in my glasses was now the least of my concerns, as I got covered in a hot car wax shower. Thank heavens I'd left my cell phone in the car, and I was wearing my coat, so my clothes weren't getting soaked. On the verge of just absolutely snapping and going berserk, I suddenly thought of Pastor Bob Goff and his infectious laugh. If you haven't seen this guy speak, look him up, Bob Goff, Goff. And then I thought, truly, he sends the rain on the just and the unjust. And I began laughing to myself and thought, what the heck? I just finished spraying the car with wax as I got soaked, but it was only at about 20% of the pressure the sprayer should have provided. And as the timer ran out, I put the hose in, got in the car, dried my glasses off with a Casey's napkin that was laying in the front seat, and left the bay. I managed to stop laughing long enough to look up the car wash owner's number and leave them a voicemail telling them they needed to replace the hose. My foul mood had been washed away, and the rest of the day went on to be a very productive and powerful experience. My apologies, Lord. Not quite sure how I let a playful kid in some mud get me angry enough to become irrational. Keep perfecting me, even as you are perfect. I am so thankful for your sense of humor and your comic timing. Thank you for the pattern interrupt. Back to Matthew 5:44 through 45. Jesus says, but I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, so that you may be sons of your Father who is in heaven. For he makes his sun rise on the evil and the good, and sends the rain on the just and the unjust. So anyone can have good or bad things happen to them. What is important is that you take events into perspective. What kind of jerk lets his day be started, negatively influenced, or even absolutely ruined by a 7-year-old who is in a playful mood? This jerk, for one. And as they say, but for the grace of God, so go I. I went there. If you're having a bad day, stop. Take a moment. Think about the last time someone really made you laugh. Think about the time you laughed the hardest. Have you felt grateful for the people that you laugh with? Do you truly appreciate the fact that God allowed your path to cross theirs? Thank God that you've been given the opportunity to interact with them. Once I was hosed with car wax and snapped out of my funk, I was 100% grateful for my awesome little boy. And I rightly felt like an ass for ever getting angry. Eli is one of the greatest gifts God has ever given Corey and me, and my failure to appreciate his playful, adventurous spirit was completely out of line. I had to repent of my ingratitude. I suppose there are worse ways to learn a lesson. Be thankful for all of your experiences and consider what you can learn from them. If you find value in this or know somebody who would enjoy disagreeing with me, like and share this. Until next time, be blessed, my friend.